Hey everyone, welcome back for another map tutorial video, and in this video we'll be going over Ensk. The map is available from tier 3 to tier 10. It is 600 by 600 meters map, one of the smallest maps in the game, and it favors heavy tanks or tanks with armor, as you don't have to cover too much area, so speed is not much of an issue. And because it's smaller, you have to be extremely careful even if you have great concealment, as you can get spotted very easily and can get punished. So when the game starts, regardless of the spawn, I try to go to 5 line or 6 line to spot enemies crossing, so I can get some information regarding what to expect or where the tanks are, and you can also get some early damage. In addition, because the map is so small, I don't like to push immediately. For example, if I push 1-2 line and they also push 1-2 line and they have more numbers, they basically kill me very quickly. And as I said, the map is small, I can quickly rotate to help my team as well. So it kind of buys me time to gather the information and then make the play accordingly. As by that time I'm done with the 6 line, I will know how many of their tanks are on the 2 line, how many of our tanks are there, and then I can either be aggressive or hold the side. So after initial punish, going inside, it is a urban map, so a lot of buildings, and both sides they have good position to hold as well as punish. You have to be careful when you're playing the 1-2-3 line. Don't go on one line, as that's a TD lane. You can get spotted and punished when you're in a heavy tank. And of course the TD will get spotted in return as well, but only after they fire, and you'll have also taken the damage by then. So I try to play the 2 line. Don't commit into the city, kind of play the outside, do more damage, and once you have the numbers, then go inside. Because if you push and they're pre-aimed, you can lose your HP. In this case, we took care of the tank that was pushing over on the 4 line, and now going inside the E2 area. Also, they have these small destructible buildings with the ramp over on the left side. You can also use those, as you can be held down in tanks like I7 or even in Super Conqueror if you kind of want to play aggressive. So if I had the other spawn, I could have an opportunity to just drive up the ramp on my left side and control the position, and if enemy team wanted to punish me, then they would have gotten punished in return by my team, of course, if I had the other spawn. Nonetheless, though, now pushing forward as our team has taken the 1 line, we have no cover over on the 9-0 line, so we have to take the overmatch over on this side, as they do have some tanks. And in this map, the town or 1-2-3 line is more important to control. This is the area where you have to win. It's not like you're gonna get capped out, and you can also easily go back to like B2, B3 and reset the cap if you have to. So winning the field is not as important as winning the town. So if you are in a heavy tank, do not go field. Of course, light or lightly armored tank destroyers you can. So just playing with the team, as in the smaller maps, it's even more important to play with the team, as if you can jump an enemy, if you're by yourself, you can also get jumped by them. Their tank is crossing the train tracks. Not an easy shot, but still I tried my luck. So after we finished this, and I had noticed that they are around the 8-9 line area, decided to go back instead of pushing the JK line, because it's easier, if even if they had more numbers, it's easier for me to defend from the 2-3 line rather than me pushing out in the open, because I will get penned. Because when I'm crossing the 6-7 line, that's a J6, J7, they will punish me from the B6 and B7. So if you have to play field, right, you have to commit early on, or you have to be aware where they are, and then avoid crossing when they already have, let's say, like the B7, B8, or on the other side J7, J8. Nonetheless, coming back, their tanks are holding. I don't know why they pushed, or why their heavy is pushed over there. Nonetheless, Emil getting back in cover, missed him barely. Another heavy tank, and also they have a waffle over on the left side. Didn't notice him earlier though. Nice shot into him. Their artillery also moved towards the 0 line, and they're just like in an awkward position, right? We have different angles, we can peek to different sides and punish them. And that's why I say, like, if they were in the town, let's say G2, they would not only be able to cover their team, plus when we push those small areas, they are in more cover compared to while you're in field, right? Field, you need um, more concealment or more mobility to kind of move in and out of position. There's Santiro backing up. Not sure what his plan is, by the way. A nice shot into him as well, and then waiting for my reload to finish him. Another thing that you can do on this map in a heavy tank, let's say your team is playing 9-0 heavily, they ignored the city. You can also play like the train tracks and move or make the push along the 8-9 line. That way you can keep the enemy tank spotted over on the 1-2 line, and we'll see it in the next video as well. And also punish them if they're running away from 9-0 towards the 1-2-3 line. So the in between the train tracks is also good area to play, but you have to make sure you have the 9-0 line covered or you have the city covered. So you have one of the sides covered, right? It shouldn't be that they have both sides and you're driving in the middle. Nonetheless, the first game is 6700 damage, and even though the map is small, the game takes a little bit longer than I was expecting them to be, because all the area of the map is playable. It isn't like cliff where half the area is water, you know, or mine. The area is blocked. So all 600 by 600 is playable. So the match is long a decent amount of time. It could also be because currently more people are playing heavy tanks, and more heavy tanks the game generally lasts longer. This time I spawned at K5, again going to spot the 5 line to do some damage. However, it's better if I was at H5, as the position I am in, it's riskier. From the other side I find it a little bit more safer, like D4 it seems a bit more safer. I should have from J5, so there's a little bit more distance, right? Because they're also pre-aimed. If you are spotting, they're probably also spotting and pre-aimed to pen you. So not gonna try my luck too much, as the V5 is pre-aimed, forcing the reload, and decided to go to the left side again. We do have a medium at K1. He's watching the 1 line, and that's why 1 line is very risky to push. You shouldn't push 1. Play along the 2-3 line. You can push you know, like the 4 line courtyard, but it is also a little bit risky, so you have to be aware, you know, push it together as a team. This time we have a presence in the field, so I have to be careful. And since our team was being aggressive and there were a lot of tier 8s, I could go with them and use my HP. And of course I have the Alpha as well. Their TD was also spotted at B1, so both the tanks, or both the teams have a tank guarding the 1 line. And you should just expect it, right? Even if they're not spotted, just expect there's someone watching on the 1 line. Do not take that risk. Similarly, if you're in a heavy, do not go 8-9 line. Sure, you can hold the J8, J9 area, or you know, the A or a B8 area, but you won't be as useful. Winning the town will win the game for you. That's the key. Our E100 push forward, just covering him. B5 peek, put a shot into him. And again on the right side, this is the ramp I was talking about. Sometimes if you're in platoon and in fast tanks, you get spawned at K3, you can just drive over up this ramp, and from there you can just shoot them down, and your hull is completely covered. And they have to really overexpose themselves to shoot you, and then the team at F2 will just punish them. Their Techno drone, still at B1, he should have rotated out, and in hindsight I should have also forced the reload, so I have 2 shots, because I did have like 30 seconds of inactivity which I could have used for reload, but I ended up wasting my time. We're also winning pretty significantly. There is 30% HP difference thanks to the HP bar. You know when to be aggressive, when not to be aggressive. I really like this feature they have added. All we need now is, you know, for them to add the HP numbers. So waited for the reload to finish. Technodrone still holding the spot. Took him out of the game, and then A nice ram by EBR. If it was another light tank, he probably would have died. I think EBR or real light tanks take like a little less damage due to cushion. And again, we won the town. We were able to win the game. KV4 pushing, and I shot into him. And by the time I'll reload, the game will be over. Not the greatest game. I try to get more Ensk, but I was not that lucky. Usually when a map is added, it's at heightened frequency. But I wasn't able to get this map too many times. So didn't have too many decent games, but decided to make the best of the games I had. So this game was also T58, 5k damage. And in the next replay, I'm in Grill, basically played the tank destroyer so you could see how you can easily get spotted. I should have stayed at this house actually, like right on the left side instead of going forward, because as I said, right, they could also be a little bit more forward and can spot you, and that's what happened here. If I was at the back, I would have outspotted at least the medium, if not the TD, and would have time to aim my shots. I got spotted here and couldn't maximize the opportunity. So pushing over on the left side, over this house, I have a better angle. And also because I was planning to play 8-9, it's better you already cross the road over on 6-7, or you could get stuck. But again, at the same time, you know, don't hold a position if you don't have teammates to help you. No position is good enough if you can't hold it. It's better to abandon the position and then cover it from a distance rather than trying to actively go to the choke point and die when you don't have the numbers. So pushing the 8-9 line, I'm in a platoon and my medium tank is pushing forward, so I'm just gonna cover him. There are some ridges, there are some houses. For example, at the back we see these houses you could hold here, but this side can result in a stalemate if they also have tanks over on the other side, and then you're just waiting for your team or their team to win or lose the 2-3 line, right? And if the enemy teams win the 2 line, then we can't even go back from 7-8 line as they're preempted to farm them that spots from the K7K area. And that's why I'm not really a fan of this side, but just kind of wanted to show this or force myself to play this side so you can see how to approach this. Similarly, we have a heavy tank also pushing down the 6 line. There was no resistance from them, and even if you lose the city, it is no big deal, right? Like, they're pushing together around the F2, F3 line, and we're closing in, and they're winning that engagement. But it's not like I'm saying that you shouldn't hold the field. I just feel the town is more important. Centuro down to 1 shot and got taken out before I even got there. And I was mentioning about the train, and that's what our heavy tank was playing. He just pushed along the train side. Still have to be careful over there as there are gaps between the train boxes, so you can get shot there, but you can make it work. You know, especially when you're like a super heavy and you trust your armor. Their team keep pushing forward. I'm not committing myself to the E2, E3 area as they're healthier, and all it takes is you know, 1 or 2 shot and I'm dead, and they can win the game or turn the tables. And as we can see, the HP, there's only like 10% difference, which is essentially 3000. So being careful here. And the only reason we won this game, even though they won the town, is because we were in a platoon, we were in top tier, and we were able to kind of turn the tide. Their medium is pushing for our artillery, and then they have a full health E4 also pushing. So let's say you won the field, which happened, don't force yourself into the boxes if you don't have a teammate supporting you, or you know, you'll be just throwing away, because sometimes we'll win like against 1 or 2 tanks and the team keeps pushing, and then you end up losing multiple tanks after that initial success. So you have to be careful about that. Play on the outside once you lose the 2-3 line, because you're not gonna win it back if the enemy team is already set up over there. Vengeance 1 shot, and Murat's down to 800. 2 tanks remaining, going back to the fields to chase that Murat. Just took 1 more shot. Can I get another shot here? But yeah, Nonetheless, that was Ensk. Do let me know in comments, what do you think about this map? Do you like this map? Are you excited this map is back? Or would you have preferred the reforged version of Ensk that PC got? Also, do let me know in comments what's the next map you want me to do a map tutorial video on. We do have a lot of to-do list for these maps. I think we have 6 so far. But yeah, do let me know in comments which one I should do first. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. And if you haven't checked out our community clan, link in the description. I'll catch you in the next one.